Jesus is greater than Moses.
Moses, the leader who could provide physical needs. They knew about the water, and they knew about the manna, and they knew about the quail, and they knew about the different things that were provided for them to eat. And they was like, this is a new Moses. But just as Moses called down manna from heaven during the book of Exodus, or during that time of Exodus, they were reminded in Exodus 16:4, where God rained down bread from heaven to feed the Israelites in the wilderness. And if you think about what I just told you, that in the wilderness was a place of desolate, where they needed some way to live, but nothing grows in the wilderness. But here it is, Moses, and by the hand of God, of course, Moses was able to feed the people the manna God provided for them in the wilderness, a place where there will not be any food. So if we think about this instance of feeding the 5,000, this is something similar to where they were working day to day to get their food. They was living in that routine. They were trying to just make ends meet, trying to have food for their families, and they see this this miracle that took place. We know that God rained down bread from heaven to feed the Israelites in the wilderness. The Jewish people themselves had long expected a Messiah to come. And I want to share with you, they thought that he would come. This is what they were seeing as the Messiah coming. First, they seen it as a restoration of Israel's glory. So the people thought when the Messiah came, this is what was going to happen. He was going to restore Israel's glory. He was going to provide physical abundance. This is their expectation. And they was going to establish an earthly kingdom. So these are the three things that the Israelite, or Jewish people at that time, they anticipated the Messiah coming, but they also anticipated these being the reasons that he come, that he would restore Israel's glory, that he would provide physical abundance, and that he would establish an earthly kingdom. Just working in the realm of counseling people, a lot of times I find out when I talk to people, most of their anxiety and depression and things along that line is because they have misplaced their not just their faith, but they have unmet expectations. When we have unmet expectations, it can create a whole different type of emotion. It can be anger, it can be anxiety, it can be depression, it can be a lot of different things in a negative sense. Because whenever you go into a place and you expect something and it's not given to you, it doesn't make you happy, right? You have an emotion tied to it depending on how much you actually gave to that particular idea.